That's interesting. I think you're right. I think the more that someone takes action, the more likely they are to want to talk to a person. And in the end, marketing or not, if you're going to make a sale, somebody has to talk to somebody.
Oh, right.
So
right.
at what point in the marketing cycle do you think the handoff point is from marketing to sales? There's a threshold, a sweet spot, if you will, from marketing to sales. What does that look like in your opinion? How do you transition from one department to another while still maintaining the same messaging, the same tonality, the same delivery, the same value proposition, the same context, right? There's a lot you've built in that marketing engagement that doesn't always translate over to the salesperson. How do you accomplish that?
Yeah. So I would say it's almost like a twofold answer. So one, I feel like the handoff or that sweet spot you mentioned is done over time and through research. But I think the first one is if somebody fills out a contact me form or I want to see a demo, obviously give that person a demo. Like that's like, okay, they're raising their hand. They want to talk to somebody. Let's pass them over.
Yeah. No reason to stand in the way there.
No, or to nurture them
the
like they're
time.
ready. Yeah. So we at my agency, we call that like the high intent form.
Sure.
So they're filling out something that they're
Their
raising
hand
their
is
hand.
way up.
Yes. So they're ready. They're ready to talk to somebody. So obviously send those people. And the next is like whether it's your lead lifecycle model or your scoring model, figuring out what is that sweet spot of a score range that we have noticed over time. Once somebody hits X score, they're ready to. Yeah.
That's good. I like that. A contextual knowledge of what marketing collateral's been engaged with. So last thing I want to talk about here, and I think it's pretty interesting, what do you think about inflated scores and projections? Marketers tend to do this pretty regularly, and it's always a topic that I want to talk about because I think marketing professionals inflate projections and scores for specific reasons. And I've heard these reasons time and time again. So I'd like to know what your thoughts are on why this happens and why it's a practice that needs to be in place and what the reality is behind those projections and scores.
Yeah. So in just terms of context, you're talking about inflated scores as in we're passing over somebody to sales who isn't as engaged as we're saying that they are.
Right.
Okay. I think it's a good topic of conversation to have. I definitely think it can be good practice if it's done in the right methodology and the right way with the sales team.
Okay.
But I think sometimes it depends on what exactly you're inflating and the business reason behind that.
Okay.
You know, or why are you passing, a different lead to sales that might not be as engaged as you're saying they are. Sometimes I think it helps the sales team be more proactive.
Sure.
Really try to follow up with leads or contact leads when instead of, you don't want to miss that timing of where they already engaged and they might be looking at a different competitor now. They might be looking at somebody else. So I think having that connection with sales is going to help their processes maybe speed up a little bit more, knowing that we project that this type of lead or this type of company is engaging with us higher. So we're going to set them to be a higher score.